So, Glenn is dead. Abraham is dead. Sasha is also dead. Spencer is dead. And Olivia is dead, but I don't really care about her. But a lot of people are now gone. One in particular, who of course meant a lot to a lot of people. So, I know they're just fictional characters, but fictional characters can still... It can still hurt when they die. Anyway, welcome to my review for Season 7. The final review... Not the final review of all the Walking Dead seasons, because there are more to come, of course. But this is the final review in my lead-up of Walking Dead reviews. So, let's just get straight into this thing. I actually don't have much to talk about. Well, I do, but not as much as my previous Walking Dead reviews. So let's just get straight into it. The story this season is that our group, the survivors, are introduced to the saviors, and because of that very emotional introduction, they have been forced to live under the saviors' rule and supply for them. But as more and more groups band together, tensions arise, and rise up the survivors and the rest of the groups shall against the saviors. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty much just everyone, half the season is like them working for the saviors, everyone working for the saviors, and then secretly banding together, and then finally fighting with frickin' Shiva pouncing on saviors, leading the charge against these fucking not annoying, but very scary people. And that's the story. But for my first thought, I want to rant about why episode 1 is good. Okay, so many people, ever since the first episode of Season 7 has come out, there have been a plethora of videos, so many freaking videos talking about why long-time viewers of the show have left now just because of that one episode. People are saying it's a horrible episode, it does nothing for them, it's too sad and too dim. And the only thing I have to say to the haters out there who left the show simply because of that one episode, I'm going to tell you this straight out right now. That's what the show is fucking about. The show is about investing ourselves into these characters who are living in an apocalypse. Of course bad shit's gonna happen. Of course it's gonna be sad and somber and dim. That's the point. That's what The Walking Dead is. And if you're looking for hope, if you're looking for hope in this show, you will get it, but not to the extent that you want it. Maybe it's time for the haters out there. I don't really care about them or their opinion, but the show is not about what you want it to be. The show is about these characters trying to survive in this harsh world that it is that they live in, and sad shit will happen. But if you're looking for hope, the hope is them surviving it. The hope is them fighting back at dictators like the saviors, winning against the governor, beating the cannibals from Terminus, the wolves. I've only watched like one or two videos, and read some articles, and that's all they want is more hope, more. I don't know. It's like, what do you want? It's kind of been like this from the beginning. It's a zombie apocalypse show. Stop fucking complaining. Just sit down and relax and enjoy the show. Stop bringing your opinions into it. Anyway, that's it. That's all. That's all I got for that. So when I said that I don't have that much to say for this review, what I meant is that I only have like 3 major thoughts written down. Now, my rant was that the show is good. The rant that I just made, that I just had, or whatever. It's a good show. It is a really good show. It's very enjoyable at times, very serious and sad, a lot. And it does have a lot of very light moments and very hopeful episodes, right? But everything has problems. Every movie, every TV show has a problem, right? So the problem that I am about to state or mention is to be expected, because not every movie, not every show, not every YouTube video, not every piece of entertainment is 100% perfect, okay? So, as I mentioned in one of my other Walking Dead reviews, I think, that some episodes of the show really do drag. Really, really drag. Just to the, just nothing happens. Nothing of importance happens. And Season 7 definitely has one of those episodes. Like, a whole episode is just a drag. And for me, that was episode 6. Now, it's just like, they're called the Oceanside people, okay? And they are important. They are integral for the story, because then they come back later in one episode so that the group can take their guns or what. They really want the Oceanside people to join them in the fight against the Saviors, but they're sort of like about it right now. So the best choice for the survivors to beat the Saviors is for them to borrow the Oceanside's guns. So, yeah, I guess you can say that episode was integral, but was it done well? No, because it was fucking boring as shit. I tried watching it for the second time, couldn't. Like 10 minutes in, 5-10 minutes in, I just put it on mute. Actually, I skipped it. Like, to be honest, I skipped the episode. I went straight to the next one, because that one was more integral to the story, but also more. It was a lot easier to watch because it wasn't so damn boring. And that's all I got to say about episode 6 and that thing. This isn't an important thought, this next one, but I still think it needs to be said. Rick and Michonne, please stop doing it. No, take your hands off one another. Don't, touch each other. You guys are not meant for each other. It's unnatural. No. So now I'm going to move down to my favorite episodes. Episode 1, favorite episode. I don't need to explain why, because I already did. It's a good episode. Episode 16, of course, because to add to the haters that hate on the show for not having enough hope, episode 16, I would say, is probably the most hopeful episode. For like 2 seasons, the Saviors have been built up to be this unstoppable force that not even Rick could stop. And by the end of this season, they're running scared. There's hope right there. Probably the most hopeful episode in the entire show of The Walking Dead of all the seasons. Probably the most hopeful. So the arguments and complaints that the haters out there say have about there not being enough hope on the show, you can shut up now. Okay, favourite moments. Carol meets Shiva.
I don't know what the hell's going on in the most wonderful way.
And that is exactly why I love it, because it's humorous as hell. Maggie the tractor. It's just awesome. It's just like she went from being a good fighter to being like the ultimate badass after Glenn's death. And might I add, she's doing this while she's pregnant. Can you imagine how much of even more of a badass she'll be after the pregnancy? Survivors, bombs, walkers. Oh, that is that moment where it's a very exciting scene because they're trying to disarm these bombs, take them back and use them for their own purposes against the Saviors, which they get a fair amount of the bombs. But there's this one moment in that entire scene where Rick and Michonne, they do make a good team together, but as a relationship, hell no. Okay? Hell no. Please stop doing that. Anyway, the moment where they're working together in two different cars with this, like, huge, like, I guess, bridge wire attached to the two cars, and they're just slaying all these walkers down. Probably one of the best kills I've seen in the entire show. Okay, this season had some really good moments, and I think it's kind of the best season so far for me. And of course, one of my all-time favorite moments, last favorite moment, is War is Coming. The whole last fight scene, not the whole last episode. That was my favorite episodes, but like specifically, when the Saviors get to Alexandria, that's when the shit starts, and that's when it's just fucking awesome. Okay, favorite characters. Ezekiel. Because, I love his whole persona as a king. King Ezekiel. I love his whole persona. But what makes me love him even more is that we get to see that he's just a normal guy. He's not actually crazy. Gabriel. The last review that I did for season 6, I struggled to get the point across that he was so good because I was like getting too excited to the point where I was coughing or choking on my own excitement. Anyway, Gabriel, Carl, because he is such a badass in this, and Negan himself said that Carl does scare him. That's Negan saying that, so yeah, okay, he might have been exaggerating, but the fact is he kind of does feel this little fear for him. I don't know. Carl, Maggie, because she's more of a badass this season than any other season. Jesus, because he's just a nice guy. That's really it. Just he's a nice guy. Daryl, of course, and Dwight, maybe. Okay, because I thought Dwight would definitely turn in this season. He would definitely turn on Negan. I didn't really expect any way he would turn. I thought like there's two ways for him to turn. Turn on Negan directly and like in his face and just try and kill him and then run away, or just run away anyway, like in secret. So I was expecting one of those two scenarios to go down, but it didn't. But that's why I said maybe, because I'm hoping he will turn, because his girlfriend or fiance or wife, I don't know who she is, but I know she is in some form of relationship with Dwight. Now she's gone. There's nothing left there for him to fight for. So, spy? Great way to redeem yourself. I already like the guy. And character arcs, no real character arcs. yeah, that is. I have nothing else written down. So that's it for my season, for all my Walking Dead reviews so far. It was a good season. As I said, for me, one of the best seasons of The Walking Dead so far. I really enjoyed it. It was emotional, and it had some really like fuck yeah moments. Like let's go, because I hate Negan and I hate the Saviors. Why are they all dicks? I guess because they're all Negan, and Negan's a dick, so fuck them all. Anyway, I just really, I love stories like this where we are invested into the protagonists, and these protagonists meet a group of antagonists, or one antagonist that is just like a force of nature, or an unstoppable force that it's just really hard to take them down. And then, I love team-ups. I love it when groups get together, or individuals get into a group and team up, and I just love those united moments like episode 16. I love this season because of that. I'm excited for next season. I read something about it being season 8 promises to be at a breakneck pace, so it won't be so slow and somber. So I'm excited for that. Hopefully they stick to that, because I am hella excited for this next season. Anyway, I guess I will see you. I will either do a season 8 episode 1 premiere reaction, or I will just do a review for it. I will definitely do a review for it, but whether I do the reaction, I don't know. I guess I'll see you in one of those videos. So please go down, like and comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel, and also check out my Patreon page. Thank you guys for joining me on this Walking Dead journey. See you in the next one.